Well, you know what to say about gnomes.
What do they say about gnomes?
Probably stuff. So how was your nap?
Still haven't taken it.
Sounds like a good one.
How was yours?
I almost took one. I'm glad I didn't. Because I'm still bad with time zones, apparently.
Yeah,
I
last time
still
wasn't that
thought...
good.
I still thought I had another hour.
No. And then, you know, I can just enter it into Google and it'll translate for you.
That's the thing. I do enter it into Google, and it says I have another hour.
Are you entering GMT or BST?
Uh, I typed in, I think, GMT, and then it's like, oh, GMT is the same thing as UMT. And then, like, UMT, I was like, oh, yeah, that's in an hour. I was like, okay, cool. And apparently it's not true. Apparently Google doesn't know how to do time zones.
Stupid Google. What can you do about it?
Complain. But hey, you know, it's a good thing I got off work early today.
Luckily, yeah. And normally we could just start an hour from now.
But there's so much cleaning to do.
Is that really? I mean, these are like the special bonus levels, so usually they're quite long.
Yeah. I noticed that when I did the gnome fountain.
Yeah, I think the second one is quite small, or at least it looked small. The third one looked big again, so that might be a bit of a pain. So what have you been up to today?
Well, I was at work, and then I watched someone play Armored Core 2, and it made me go, I would probably enjoy watching someone play the new game that's going to come out in the series. I am not interested in playing it.
What type of game is this?
A Robo-Mech fighter.
Oh, that sounds hella boring.
Yeah, it's made by FromSoft, the people that, do Bloodborne and Elden Ring. But it just made me go like,
Yeah.
oh, I am not the target demographic for this game. So it did make me
Watch
want
out.
to play
No! Don't hit me.
did make me want to play
What?
an old PlayStation 2 game we had that was a racer that had like similar vibes to Armored Core somehow.
So how did you go from like a whatever that game to like a racing game?
So in Armored Core, you have like different factions, and the logos are so janky. It reminds me of the different gang logos in the racing game. It was
Ah,
like Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero. But it's like, oh man, I kind of want to play that game. It was hard though. Uh, like if a cop saw you speeding, you'd get a ticket and it'd come out of your winning total. It was like impossible to make money in that game.
sounds rough.
It was. No, that's not what I'm looking for. There we go. Let's go with this. Wait, no. What's the other button? There we go.
I can't. Do we not have a ladder?
Huh?
I guess not. Like, do we only have the scaffolding and no ladder?
That might be the case.
Alright, so I'll start from the top, I guess.
Alright. Hey, Boxy, how's it going?
You know, okay, so I'm pretty sure. You know Mr. Clean, right?
Yeah, the bald guy. That looks like me, but buffer.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, power washing with budget Mr. Clean.
Yeah. I'm a
But
store brand.
As soon as I tweeted that, I was like, was Mr. Clean a real person?
I don't think so. I think he's
good.
just a mascot.
I got worried because for whatever reason,
You're like, what if he got canceled?
No, yeah, I was like, wait, was there a thing with like a bald cleaning guy that ended up like doing shit with underage children? I was like, oh no, that's gonna seem really bad if I call you the budget person of that. So I started to panic for a second. I was like, maybe I should have Googled that first.
I don't. There's no scandal for Mr. Clean that I know of.
If there is, I'll remove that tweet real quick.
We'll find out later when I get canceled.
Nah, there's no way, right? People wouldn't cancel you or something like that.
Nah.
Or this is the internet?
Yeah, no, there's no way.
So, how did the contracting go?
So I spent all day working on one job and got, and not like an argument, but like a back and forth with the engineer. Because I was like, I am 99% sure that these manholes you're talking about are in the street, which means we're going to have to shut down traffic in order to access them. And he was like, nah. See, look, this drawing says that.
I can.
He's like, this drawing.
Don't worry about it.
Well, he's like, this drawing says that, it's in a utility easement. And I looked at the drawings, I'm like, these drawings are from 1978.
Dude, I was thinking that same, like, yeah, I'm sure listening to, like, outdated things, because those never get kept up to date. Even I know that, and I'm not even in that branch.
And I pulled up Google Earth. It was like, no, the drawing's from 1975. 1970, it was a one-lane road. 1978, they widened the road. I'm like, 3 years after your drawing, they widened the road. And I pulled it up and goes, well, I'll be damned, you're right. Okay, I guess we do need to account for that. I was like, yeah, we do.
Yeah, no shit, bitch.
And then, still didn't get turned in the permit because, they didn't give me the information of who the, contact at one of the companies was before they left for the day. And I can't turn in the permit till I have the information. So, for like the last 20 minutes, I was like, I'm not going to get anything done opening up a project. So I just sat on my phone.
I'm always like, why is it not done yet? Yeah, well, you, sir.
Yeah, it's one of those where we've had before, they're like, well, why isn't something done yet? And I'm like, because you didn't give me the information when I asked for it. And they're like, well, when did you ask for it? I'm like, I asked before business closed, but after you apparently left for the day.
Which is not your problem.
Yep. But it was just one of those where I was like, I'm pretty sure we're going to need to close down the road. Especially because the permit was to, if it was in the utility easement, we wouldn't have needed a permit. Since it's in the middle of the road, part of the job is to cut open the ground to access the cable, which means we need to cut open the middle of the road. And I'm like, yeah, we're definitely gonna need a permit for that. You're not just gonna let us tear open the road to access cables for no reason.
Nah, just cut it open. Easy, right?
Yeah.
Who's that gonna inconvenience, really? Think
It,
about it.
it wasn't like it's kind of a major road or anything, but, you know. So, you know, somebody didn't get to work on time, and somebody didn't get to the hospital on time, and
Yeah. And you get those type of claims and those kind of issues. Sounds like a great time.
yeah, luckily for me, with my position at the company, most issues are not my fault. I can just go, well, nothing I can do about it.
Well, that sounds like you're in a pickle. Not I.
Yeah,
Most
it's
efficient
great.
workplaces. Yep.
Uh, I instead made my title about how today's gonna be apples.
Today's gonna be apples. No, weirdo. Oh, yeah, you motherfucker, dude. That piece of shit. Put some copyright music in his fucking videos. Now my VOD from yesterday got partially muted.
That's terrible.
I was like, since when does he... Because, like, he changed music, like, a little while ago, and he added, like, a few songs. Apparently, one of those fucking songs is licensed.
Hey, Annie, do how's it going? When I did my book reading, the bit where I wasn't talking, because it was like, you know, 5 minutes before I started stream, got muted. And I'm like, that is literally a fireplace crackling.
Oh, what the hell?
You copyrighted a fireplace crackling?
Yeah, it's all my. It's me. You can't take that.
I definitely know that fireplace sound anywhere. That is my fireplace.
Exactly, that's me. How'd your book reading stream go anyway?
It went well. I got to where I always end up putting the book down. Not because I'm like bored of the book, but just because something always comes up in life and I never finish reading it. So, next time I start reading, it's gonna be all new information to me.
Hell yeah. Exciting, exciting.
I was
When are
gonna
you gonna
do
do
it.
that again?
I was gonna do it last Wednesday, but I ended up getting sick.
Oh yeah, I saw you tweet about that.
Yeah. So hopefully, this coming Wednesday I can pick it back up. But yeah, that definitely sucked getting sick.
Yeah, just an unfortunate timing.
Yeah. And it was like a 24-hour bug kind of thing. It was like, of course, it's one of the days that I plan to stream that I have a 24-hour bug.
That feels the worst.
Yeah. Because, like, I don't know, I feel like I miss more streams than I mean to. Especially when I look back at, like, my VODs, I'm like, oh, yeah, there's just,
Relatable.
like, all these days that I missed that I planned on streaming. And
Yeah,
then
I feel that.
it's just like, I'm gonna not cancel stream. It's like, oh, I'm sick. I'm gonna cancel stream.
Yeah, it's like when you're like, oh man, I've been canceling a lot lately. This week is gonna be different, and something comes up, and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Like, I had I'm gonna catch back up on uploading my VODs. No more missing VOD uploads. And then I had like issues for like a couple of weeks straight of
Uploading
trying.
to what?
uploading them to YouTube. But I
I
had
see.
issues for a couple weeks straight of like I couldn't get my two computers to talk to each other. And I'm like, I need to transfer files in order to do this.
Let's call you first. I mean, do you?
Uh, some of the files that I had, I don't have like a backup copy elsewhere, and so I really need them to talk to each other to get started.
I was gonna say, can't you just upload like on the PC to just stream them?
I do like I edit it, but it's like I add in like an opening and closing, then cut out any breaks I take, just because uh, it's like I
Who
don't want there
the
to
hell
be.
takes breaks?
Well, like if I have to use the restroom,
That
but
takes like a minute.
yeah. But it's just one of those I don't like having that in there, especially because I play video game music in that time, and I don't want to risk it being like, and we're muting this part for a bit on YouTube because there's music. Even though I doubt that
Uh,
would happen, but 'cause again, it's video game music, so it's kind of like the same thing with Twitch, where it's like, well, we can't mute it, or else nobody can stream playing this game.
yeah. I feel that.
Yeah, but finally catching back up on it. The issue I ran into recently was converting the 24-hour marathon because it just takes up so much space, so it takes so much time for it to convert it. But that's going all right now.
That must have been one pretty big file.
Well, luckily this time I took a break, or not a break, but like I stopped stream and restarted every 8 hours instead of last time where it's like I tried to go the whole 24. Because I need to switch between my headsets to charge them. And yeah, so they're actually like able to be opened in my video editing program versus last time it took so much space on my computer that I lost 3 different games I played because I took too long to edit it that they were no longer available for download.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah. Like
So
it's
just
just
Boxy and little PogChamp.
it was just one of like, oh man, especially because like 2 of them were games I really liked. And I was like, oh man, that sucks that I missed out on
Epic.
getting you know, uh, stuff for it.
You
But
would hire us
they
to
love
clean,
you.
right, Boxy?
Foxy would totally hire us to clean.
That would make him an even bigger PogChamp. How much you paying for our cleaning services, huh?
Oh, there we go. There's the button I'm looking for.
$8 per hour. Okay, well that depends on how big it is that you have to clean. I feel like 8 isn't even that much. Or is it like minimum wage?
8 is slightly above minimum wage,
Eh, really?
at least in the States.
12 then. Yeah, I'll take 12 euro per hour.
I mean, if it's this easy and it's not hot outside, sure, I'll do it.
I mean, we are in the desert.
Yeah, but right now I'm in AC and it's fantastic.
Actually, I don't know if we're in the desert or if we're on Mars.
I think we're on.
Actually, we're on Mars.
I think we're on Mars, but we have a nice
Yeah,
camper
I
van.
was about to say, I'm pretty sure your 12 euros per hour isn't even gonna, like, get the travel costs.
Oh yeah, what's our room and board situation?
Uh-huh.
Room and board, food and shelter.
Oh, I see. I was like, what?
Old person talk.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Old peoples are just the forefathers of my generation.
You have
The
four
foundation.
fathers.
They're the foundations of what us youngins have become.
And I have so much money now.
Nice, let's go. Becoming rich.
Yeah, I have $200 something. I started with 10.
Oh, well, you spent through it pretty quickly.
Yeah, because I finally bought cosmetics for my character.
Let's go! I see you in green.
I actually don't even know if I have them equipped right now.
Well, I don't know what you bought, of course.
Oh no, I have them equipped. Yeah, green and then my gloves, which are not showing on my screen. Green, I am using the stub nose. I just realized that Foxy made me plank. Okay, I'll be back in 10 seconds.
Take it or leave. I'll take it. 30. Yeah, 30 per hour, that's way more than you usually earn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't know why I didn't hear the alert for that. Okay.
Well, I
Cleaning.
mean, it played over the Discord if that was your alert.
Well, I mean, it was,
So
Eddie
what
from
us?
Ed,
Why the
Ed and
fuck do
Eddie
you have
saying
a
plank.
roommate being like, count?
Oh, no, no,
fucking
the
Sesame
counting was
Street?
me. It was, the alert is Eddie from Ed, Ed and Eddie just saying the word plank.
Blank,
Yeah.
blank, blank. How would you rate planking on a scale of 1 to 10?
My planking could use some practice.
I see, interesting. I don't know, planking is like torture, dude.
I prefer planking to push-ups.
I know, because at least with push-ups, you're changing your position, you know?
True. True. Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah.
Hold up,
Equip an
wait a minute.
extension.
That is a film song.
I like how I can shoot through the railing I'm aiming at half the time.
That sounds like, it's working as intended. Oh. Look at this, we're almost halfway done already.
Whoa.
You sound like you hate this job.
No, I'm
Only
just...
doing this for your allowance. You're like, man, I'm literally just here for the paycheck.
No, I'd be a lot more like, ugh, if I was just here for the paycheck. My dad used to have I don't know what they're actually called. They're like nicknamed gumball trees. They drop these little like seed things that are little balls. They're just jagged and spiked. And all they do is cause annoyance because you step on them and like, ah, fuck, I stepped on one. And my dad would pay us like X amount of money to spend all day picking them up in his backyard because he had like 6 trees that dropped them.
Oof. You know, if he hated them so much, why the fuck did he get 6 trees of them?
It came with property and he wasn't allowed to cut them down.
You mean why would he not be allowed to cut them down? Isn't it his property at that point?
HOA. I don't know if they have that where you are. Homeowners associations.
Okay, I was gonna say what?
It's basically like you move into a property and it might have an HOA and it's a group of people that basically say like you're only allowed to paint your house these colors, you have to like do X and Y to keep your property in certain states. Like you can't take garbage out at these times kind of thing. And more often than not, it is built into your deed that you will be part of an HOA. It's not an option. And so if you want to have a home, you have to accept that. You have to like accept all their terms. And people fucking hate them because it'll be like, oh, you took your garbage up on you took your garbage out to the curb on Tuesday at 2, and we don't allow it until 4. So we're hitting you with a $55 fine, and if you don't pay it, it's enforced, because if you don't pay it, they can just take your home. And they'll take your home for like $30. They'll take your home for less than what they're charging you for.
I see.
Yeah. People really don't like HOAs. And it also didn't help that they were like formed to keep minorities out of neighborhoods. And so it's like even more like, why do we still have these? These are terrible.
Literally 1984. So it's like it's a bunch of racist people on like a power trip.
Yeah. Now it's a bunch of old people on a power trip. Racism optional.
Optional. They're not publicly about it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think I've met a single person that's like, I like my HOA.
Yeah, the person that's also in that HOA.
I wouldn't be surprised if people that are like, governing bodies of HOAs go, man, I fucking hate HOAs.
I hate these other motherfuckers. They're way too strict. I don't want to be this strict, but you know, I have no choice. And then they all just say that.
Yeah. Okay, nope. One of
Hey,
these
you know the
days I
dish
will
that-
remember the buttons.
You know the dish that I'm on? Like the top floor?
Yeah,
Is it dirty from the bottom?
yeah.
Alright, so clean the top does not also clean the bottom. Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
I was
filthy
hoping that
down
if
here.
I was hoping that if I ticked in a certain area, it would pop on both sides.
That would be nice.
It would have been. But it shan't be that way, sadly. Okay, it's a little bit forgiving, that's good.
I do like when it's like, you can mess up alright on here.
Yeah,
Versus
some
this
objects
railing.
are like so, yeah. It's always the tinier parts that are like super specific. And then you have like giant areas and they're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Uh,
It
you,
was an attempt.
you got 95%. We'll chalk that up as 100.
Okay, here you go, champ. We're gonna take away your satisfaction of doing the entire thing after you've spent so much time doing it.
Yeah, I remember doing the skate park one, and I still had like a huge chunk left. And I was like, nah, you good. You good. This is done.
Imagine HOA if they saw this antenna. There's nothing wrong with the satellite dish.
We had, my grandmother, Nani, lived in a HOA neighborhood. And Vietnamese family moved in. And they went and painted their garage door black. And then painted the Vietnamese symbol for like love and family on their garage door in red. And then a week later, the guy noticed that they needed to change it to one of the standard colors. And you could see just the dad who had like just finished painting it out there with a new paint bucket, just utterly defeated. They had to repaint all of the garage over again. And it wasn't like, oh, you know, he painted all in a day. Like, he painted the garage door black, and then he waited a bit, and then he painted, you know, the symbol on it. And then a week later after that, that's when they're like, yeah, you can't paint your garage door black. And he's like, seriously, you waited till after I spent the time painting the symbol on it?
Did he put the symbol on a new one, or?
No, it was like he wasn't allowed to have any of that.
I respect it. Yeah, I mean, I get it why he does it, but also, like,
Yeah, like
people that do that,
I
and,
get
like,
from
anyone who
like
does that, like,
HOA.
not specific to, like, a certain race or something, but anyone who does that, I just think it looks ugly as hell.
Yeah, I
I think
get
it
it
looks
from like
phony as
the
fuck.
HOA thing, but also like he actually did a good job on it, which was what was like the shame
Yeah,
of it.
they don't have to look cheap or anything. I don't know. I don't think it looks phony. I don't like designs like that of people that do like shit to like their walls or like a garage door.
Mm.
So on that side, I'd probably be like side with them and be like, yeah, just take one neutral color that's allowed and paint your garage door in that color and just be like the rest of us.
Ah, so you're one of those HOA people.
No. Well, in that case, yes. Base.
Keep
But you
forgetting
know, at
that I
least
can
he
hit
did it because
C.
of the color.
Yeah,
He could have been like, yeah, you see, we don't like your foreign symbols over here. Which that
yeah,
would have just been completely fucked.
yeah. It was one of those. They definitely couldn't do that because the demographic had really shifted. Because we have a large Vietnamese populace in our area, and that particular neighborhood, the demographic had shifted a lot. So even one of those like, if they had said something like that, I'm like, oh really? That's how you wanna you wanna go about it?
And it would have been over for them. We're over halfway done.
Woo woo.
Let's go.
I'll have to slow down so that we don't rush through it.
Yeah, it sounds like there's two more maps. Which we'll see how long they take. The second one takes like ginormously long with the same to last one. Would you ever take a job like this?
If I had to, yes.
If it paid
Um,
well.
if I had to, yes. It gets really hot here. I would prefer not to be outside.
I mean, it's also just like, I can't imagine what it's like to like walk around with like a fucking water tank on your back.
It's
And
really
like the
heavy.
fucking thing, yeah, the thing carrying around all the time. I'm like, man, that does not seem like a fun job.
Yeah. It was one of those, when I worked for Dr. Pepper, every once in a while I'd have to train somebody who was new. And, uh, at grocery stores, we'd have big pallet drops, that was just
Hmm.
filled with 12 packs. And occasionally, you have to move them. And most
Yeah.
grocery stores here have a carpeted entryway. And so you
Oh,
have to
yeah.
move this giant pallet off of the carpet. And I would be, training someone. I'm like, okay, you're going to help me push this? And they're like, it's just like a thing of 12 packs. I'm like, how many 12 packs have you lifted? And they're like, I can carry like 4 at a time. I'm like, how many are on this pallet? And they're like, I'm like, there's over 200 on this pallet. You're going to help me push this.
Well, especially like if you're the fucking new guy being worked in, like why the fuck are you talking back to begin with?
Yeah. There is a lot of like weird people that are like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm like, it's literally your job. It's literally your job to be doing this.
Dude, if I would even try that in like my, like, what is it, like 4 or 8 week trial period where they could literally just fire you instantly for no good reason.
Yeah.
Cause you're like, yeah, I like, holy shit, man. They would just be like, oh, that's your attitude? Okay, don't worry. And then the next one is already, like, lined up.
Yeah. And then,
Right.
like, my state is what they call a right-to-work state. It basically means they can fire you anytime for any reason, just as long as it's not discriminatory. And then, even then, they can just be like, well, we didn't fire you for the discriminatory reason.
We didn't fire you because you're bald. We
Yeah.
fired you because our eyes are getting injured from the sun reflecting off of your head.
You know, I
safety
wouldn't
hazard.
be surprised if if there have been cases where it was worded that way. But yeah, like it's that kind of thing where it's just like, no, we didn't fire you because you're a woman. We fired you because you can't do the job like a man did, kind of thing.
Your
You're like,
boobs
what the
get in
fuck?
the way.
Uh, but yeah, and so it's just one of those where it's like, literally anytime you could just get fired, and still we'd have people like, nah, I don't care. And it's like, literally they can just walk in and fire you. One of the things, because we worked for a soda company, one of the things was if you were caught with a competitor's soda in your car or drinking it, you could get fired on the spot. And we had people get fired on the spot for it.
Yeah, that's so dumb. Like,
Yeah.
okay, like, you're obviously not gonna walk in to, like, a Dr. Pepper place, and then on your break, you're not gonna drink, like, a Pepsi. I get that much. But if they catch you with, like, a can in, like, your car, that's kind of like, what the hell, man?
So one of the drivers, he had been working there for, like, probably 3 decades at that point. They happened to look in his cab, and there was a
Can they do that?
well, because it's the
Like,
company's car, and so they looked in
okay,
the
then
cab,
yeah.
and it
I thought
had
it was like his own car, but I was like gonna say, I don't think a company like that can do like a search in your car.
yeah, they happened to see a Pepsi can in there, and they're like, all right, go home. Like, we'll have someone bring you your car. Like, just sit here. You're done. You're not driving this truck anymore.
Oh, my dad told me he had that once. Like, he used to like be a door-to-door salesman, selling like shampoo and whatnot.
Hmm.
And then they called him into work like one day, so like he had to go to like the place with like the company car. So he had to like drive for like a good few hours, and then they just fired him, and then he was just kind of like standing there like, well, gotta figure out a way to get home, I guess.
Yeah. It's always interesting talking to the different drivers. And I asked one of them, like, because we had a route that there was a good, like, 20 miles that, like, there was just nothing. There was, like, no town or anything in between. I was like, has anyone ever broken down out there? And the driver looked at him and goes, I broke down out there. And I was like, what'd you do? He's like, well, I called in a repair, and I'm not allowed to leave the truck because there's merchandise on it. So I pulled up my phone, and I sat in the back with the merchandise, and I watched anime on my phone.
Just based.
Yeah, he was like, I just sat there and watched anime for, I think he said it was about 3 hours before the guy's truck up and running again.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And he was like, it was the dog days of summer. He was like, so I think it was very hot, and I was very tempted to break some of those cases open.
They wouldn't notice if there was one missing.
Well, that actually is a reoccurring issue. At least when I worked there, that people at the warehouse would get thirsty, and so they would either crack open one of the 12 packs to just take one out of there, uh, in which case it gets written up as damaged and nobody ends up paying for it, or the warehouse also sells drinks for like, so a 20 ounce, the stuff that you normally get at like checkout, is roughly like, I want to say it's like $1.95 here. It is 10 cents in the warehouse, ice cold from the vending machine. And so they would get one of those for like 10 cents, and then when they're done, they would just throw it in the middle of the pallet. And so you would downstack the entire pallet and just find all these empty, all these empty bottles in the middle of it. Oh yeah, Annie, it was nice if you worked downtown, because it was as many as you could carry, the whole time. And then you could get, you could order grocery store rates for like the 12 packs and stuff and pick it up. So instead of paying, like $4 for a 12 pack, you could pay like 50 cents or something like that. And it's like, oh yeah, I'll just go and buy from there. But I live way far from downtown, to the point that I told my boss, if we ever have a mandatory meeting downtown, I'm quitting. And we did end up having one, and he was like, I'll just give you the cliff notes. Please don't quit. I really don't want you to quit.
It's like, man, listen, I need you.
Yeah, he was like, I really can't have you quitting over this. And I'm like, I am not driving that distance for a meeting that I know I don't need to be there for. And sure enough, he gave me the cliff notes. It was a meeting I did not need to be there for.
I worked security at a coke plant once, real cheap coke from the machine, I see. So you do get deals there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the stealing, I feel like the stealing is like an issue, like a lot everywhere. Like back when I still worked at that phone company before they fired me, like there would be so many customers like calling, and then we would be like, no, the phone that you ordered, we send it to you, like a new iPhone or something. And it's just some motherfucker working at the warehouse or the delivery driver that was like, oh shit, this is the newest iPhone? Yoink.
Yeah.
Like, I literally had someone call me and they were like, alright, so, I just got the box from the delivery driver, and I thought I didn't have to sign something, which is kind of weird. And, like, it was feeling kind of light, so I checked as soon as I walked inside, and there's not even a phone in this box. And I was like, huh.
Yeah, we'll have people steal, like, office equipment, and one of the ones, we had a guy who would steal whiteout, and we were like, why? Why are you stealing a whiteout? Because there's one specific guy who needed whiteout in order to do his job, and so him stealing the whiteout was preventing someone else from doing their job. And we're like, why are you stealing whiteout? Of everything here, you're stealing whiteout. Yeah, like, because we're like, there's no way we should be missing this much whiteout. This guy uses a lot of bottles. He doesn't use this many bottles.
I had a person, like, back in school, you know, like those, what do you call those? You know, like those white, electrical, I don't know what you call them in English. You have, like, these electrical boxes, so, like, you plug it into, like, an outlet, and then basically attached to it is, like, a white block with, like, multiple outlets.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. I cannot remember the English word for it right
I
now.
was like, dude, what's the fucking... anyway, but like, you know what I mean. So,
Yeah.
there was a guy that would steal those from school. And I was like, I mean, it's kind of mean, but I was like, I never told him that. I was like, literally thinking to myself, like, how poor can you get that you have to steal those from a school to have like one or two for yourself at home, and the other ones he was selling for like no money, like super fucking cheap. And I'm like,
Mm.
multi-outlet, is that what you guys call them?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Uh, we had one kid at our school that uh there's
Guy at my school steals sinks. How do you steal a sink?
it's a devious look. But we had one guy that we had an aquatic science class, basically like we're gonna teach you how to take care of fish. Um and some of the fish needed specific timers on their tanks. And so they had those specialty outlets that you could set a timer on. And there's a kid that kept stealing them. And the teacher was like, for the love of God, please stop stealing them. I'm the one paying for them. Like, if if we keep having them stolen, I'm not gonna buy new ones. Y'all are gonna have to start buying them for your fish. I went to uh, one of the better public schools in my area, actually. Um, why that kid
Stole.
kept stealing those? It turned out he was just a kleptomaniac. He just liked stealing things.
Have you ever stolen anything?
No, no.
Never? Nothing?
I mean, maybe a piece of candy at some point,
I was gonna say,
like,
obviously I'm not telling you, like, hey, what store did you ever steal something
like,
from?
no, like, if I stole open, like, like, oh, there's, it's one of those, like, offices, and it's, like, for kids only. I'm like, well, there's no one around. No one's gonna notice if I take a lollipop. But, nah,
I stole so many magic cards from people or from stores.
what crimes have I committed? A lot. Crimes against
There's,
nature, crimes against God.
there once was this kid that I didn't like, and I yoinked a Nintendo DS game from him.
For some reason, I thought you were gonna say, like, I framed him. I framed him so good.
Nah. But like, yeah, dude, I don't know, at the time I didn't feel bad, and then I thought back, I was like, man, I didn't have to do that. But like, dude, I don't know, man. I had a moment. Maybe I was a kleptomaniac. Who knows? Yeah, I was like, man, that's kind of exciting.
I had,
Yeah, like, it was like, oh, dude, I don't even remember what it was. But like, I was a bitch back then. So, Ember, you still are? Dude, it was like, oh yeah, but, I pulled a Gaston on him. I was like, no, it's mine. I mean, I didn't tell him that. I just joined it.
uh, I had,
And then he was sad. Dude, this is I'm a horrible person, by the way. I'm sorry. But this is like the truth coming out. And then his mom was like, he was super sad. So his mom bought the sequel of the game that just came out.
and you stole that.
And I went back and joined the sequel as well.
Tisk tisk.
And then I never hung out with him again. Man, I was a bad person.
I had a friend.
Robbery in like broad daylight twice. It was in within like 3 weeks or so. Like, what the fuck? I don't know how. I mean, I think they were just polite. I don't kill a family of 5 again. I don't know. I've never went back and told them.
I had a friend that he asked if he could borrow my Game Boy one year because he like I had stopped playing with mine, and he had like got like Pokemon Silver or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, like, you can borrow it. Gets it taken up in class. Refuses to have his mom go get it because it would mean telling his mom that he had been playing video games in the middle of class. And so I lost my Game Boy over it. And I was like, man, fuck this shit. We eventually, like, okay, you know what, whatever, you know, kind of thing. You know, just don't do that shit again. So he borrows my Game Boy Advance.
Oh no.
And gets it taken up because he was playing it in the middle of class. And what's even worse was it had my name on it. We had the same teacher, just at different times. I went up to the teacher and I was like, can I please have my Game Boy back? That's my Game Boy. It has my name on it. And she's like, no, not until his parents come up and say he can have it back. I'm like, it's not his. It's mine. It has my name on it. And that's how I lost my Game Boy Advance.
Oh man.
Because she was like, well, you can have your mom come get it. I was like, my mom works nights. My mom can never make it here.
Oof.
Yeah. But you know that's school for you.
That's cool for you. I once had a dude. He traded. Well, it was a one-sided. I was like, he was like, I don't play any of my Nintendo DS because he had like an SD card. You know, you like just crack games and you downloaded them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he had one of those. I was like, I don't play any of those. If you want it, you can have it. And I was like, sure. And he's like, okay, in return, because I told him that my dad had like a CD-ROM of like the GTA San Andreas, like the original, not the remake one.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, if you're done playing that, I don't know why I was allowed to play that when I was young, but I was like, if you're done playing that, you give me that, and then you can have my disc. And I was like, sure. And then at some point, he was like, yeah, you know, you still have to give me that. I was like, I'll give it to you next week. And then I skipped the entire next week. And that next week was the last week that we had before we graduated.
Well, it sounds like you got a deal of a lifetime.
I got a deal of a lifetime, and I didn't lose a game that I enjoyed. It's like, man, I kind of enjoyed this fucking game.
San Andreas is a good one.
Dude, that one had the best cheats. That one was a lot of fun. I was thinking about getting the remake one. I was like, oh man, it looks so bad.
I
was like,
actually wanted to replay it like yesterday.
Dude, I was like, dude, if they just sold like the original one on Steam or somewhere, I would fucking get it. I would actually stream it.
Yeah, because like
I've had my lesser times.
Yeah, because like somebody reminded me of Woozy, and I'm like, oh, I kind of want to experience that story again, because I had completely forgot about Woozy. The blind triad guy.
Dude, but isn't that like the Chinese guy?
Yeah.
Like, CJ, I'm blind, not
completely
stupid.
blind. And it's like street racing.
Yeah, I remember that because like he was like there's like a scene where like he's talking.
Yeah, he's like, you
CJ,
do realize
CJ's
I'm black,
like,
right?
You know, yeah, you realize I'm black, right? He's like, CJ, I'm blind, not stupid.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, I miss Woozy.
Dude, you know, the only thing that I remember of that game is how much I hated that mission at the start with like the forklift and stealing those military supplies. And then that fucking mission There were two more. The mission where you had to fly under the radar, like the entire time. I hated that one.
Mm.
And then there was another mission. This one was my most despised one, where you had to control this garbage ass RC plane.
Yes, the RC
that
car
mission.
is the worst. Hey, Vic Weave, how's it going? I have
I think
two
there was
number nines. A number 9 large and number
I think
6
there
that
was
you did.
one with like an RC car on like a tabletop table, which is kind of annoying. But the one with the RC plane,
Yeah, the
where you had
RC
to, like, go
plane was
and
just
blow.
miserable.
Holy, that was miserable. And all of that effort so you can do that heist on like that glass pyramid casino building, and that mission was kind of dope.
I don't think I ever finished that one.
Dude, that mission was the best one. I had a save state like right in front of it. I replayed that mission so much.
I think Vice City and Grand Theft Auto 5 were the only Grand Theft Autos I've ever actually finished the story on.
How do I clean the top of this? Your scaffolding is not high enough, I think. And I can't get there, because I can't place a ladder here. I can climb this half, as much as it helps. You know, besides that, I mean, I didn't really join anything else. I enlightened myself and saw the light and did better.
I was usually the kid that got stolen from, or at least lied to a lot.
I was usually that person that, like, unironically got two people super pissed at each other, and then just kept, like, poking both bears and just watched them fight, and I was having a blast doing it.
Like, I remember, there was one year, it was for me, the worst year of high school, just because lunchtime, all of my friends had the other periods, so I had no friends at lunch.
That makes some
And-
new ones, man. What the hell?
Well, that's the thing, it was like, I had to make new friends, and by then, everyone already had, like, this is where we're sitting kind of thing. And, like,
Yeah,
I had to
this is
kind of
our friend
find the other rejects in that lunch period. And I found one guy, and we were talking, he was talking about a new video game he had called Oblivion. And, he was like, yeah, it's called Elder Scrolls Oblivion. And then he kept telling me about all these cool things he did in the game. And I finally was like, you know what? I'm gonna get that game. And I did. I convinced my brother, like, go halfsies with me on it. And then we started playing the game, and literally, still a great game, but everything that guy told me was not in the game. And I confronted him the next day at lunch, and he was like, oh yeah, shit, dude, I'm sorry. I've been lying to you for, like, all year. And I was like, what the fuck? Who lies about video game for a whole
It's America,
year?
right? Just pull out the Glock on him and be like, bitch.
It's one of those where it's like,
This is
well, it's a good thing my brother and I are enjoying this game, but why the fuck did you lie about it for a whole year?
Man, you know, I always paid. I had this bitch that would, like, whenever you had something, she's like, I have that too. So I would literally just make up, like, fucking games or stuff, and she's like, I have that too. And I was like, bitch, that doesn't even exist.
Oh,
You
yeah,
look stupid now.
I have Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom 2,
Yeah.
so,
And then she's
no.
like, yeah, oh yeah, I actually have that copy as well. I already finished, like, the whole thing in a bitch. No, you ain't. And then she's like, no, it does exist. And it's like, no, because I literally made it up like 3 seconds ago. Trust me, it does not exist.
I also had a lot of moments where people thought I was making stuff up, but it's because, like, they just didn't show that episode anymore. And so I was like, no, like, that happens in the show, and like, no, it
guys,
doesn't.
believe me, it does exist.
And because, you know, the internet was still fucking dial-up, there's no way of proving my innocence. Uh,
Ugh,
I remember getting an argument with my friend over a trivia game of The Simpsons. Because I was like, no, Poochie is a real character. And like, Poochie isn't a real character. I'm like, Poochie is. He's only there for one
he's
episode,
not real.
but
He
he
can't hurt you.
exists. That's like, he exists. Homer plays Poochie. And they're like, what the fuck are you on about?
You see, bitch.
Yeah, and then I felt so justified when it became a meme of like I have to go back to my home world. And I'm like, oh, oh, that's so weird that this is a meme of something that I made up.
Nah, you paid people to make that meme.
Yeah, I did. But don't tell them.
This is not done.
I think I might have an idea as to why. Hold on. Yep, there it is. There's a rim that you have to get. It's really annoying.
Poochie died on his way back to his home planet. Oh.
Yeah. He got a real MASH ending.
I don't know who that is.
I said that and I was like, she has no idea what I'm talking about. That's way too old for her.
Yep.
Because MASH was like a show in the 70s. There is a very popular character in MASH. And then he got in an argument with the show producers over wages. And they killed him at the end of a season by he finally gets his papers. He doesn't have to be in the war anymore. And then because MASH was like a show about doctors in the middle of the Korean War, and they're performing surgery, and one of the guys busts in through the door at the last second and goes like Colonel whatever his name was.
Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, like Colonel Sanders' helicopter was shot down. There were no survivors. And that's how they end the episode. They just like killed him that way. And people were like, what the fuck? Like, you just kill him off screen and in the most blatant way possible.
The last... I don't know, this is more recent. I should not maybe talk about this.
Is it
I was gonna talk about the John Wick movie, and I was like, maybe not yet. Maybe not yet.
I still haven't watched the second one. I'm way behind on them.
What the hell?
Yeah. Granted, it was a long time before I watched the first one. So, you know, I still got time to watch the second. I mean, usually pretty good about watching movies I'm interested in. For whatever reason, I'm really slow on watching the John Wick movies.
Alright, what the fuck did we miss? Elevation, assembly base, and elevation drive. Pedestal door frame, pedestal door handle. Is it a door on this thing? Or is it like a... This is the door handle.
Oh.
Oh, the frame, I see the white outline.
Crossing streams.
No.
Yay.
Okay. Elevation assembly bearings. We did one out of the two sins.
Okay, I
And
think I see.
instrument tower vents. Instrument tower vents. Oh, it's this fucking, yeah, no, it makes sense that that didn't pop yet, because I never figured out how to properly clean it. It's like the blue thing. There's no vents up here, are there? You know, up here it's clean. Innovation reflector mount.
Ah.
Did it pop? It's a base. Top. Let me check.
Ooh, your food's been
Elevation
delivered.
assembly bearings. Instrument tower vents. What is instrument tower? Is that this? I mean, this is a tower. Oh wait, instrument tower. Rim, panels. Oh, I see this. Got it.
God knows.
Okay, there's a fence. Control room power relay. And control room door frame. Okay, that's a little
Hey,
house
got the
inside.
assembly bearing.
Nice. There we go. Control room door frame.
It's pasta dish, mac and cheese and chilies. Ooh, a molten lava cake.
Hey,
That
can you
sounds
check
good.
the roof of this building?
Oh, hold on a second. Gotta
I don't remember if I did it.
get that. Oh, yeah, the roof of that, I cleaned that already.
Okay. Because I forgot. Just not.
Whoop.
Okay. Reflector underside rim. Oh, this one? Then, yeah. That should be the large panel, and then the rim. The rim is the same one. It's like the one that you're aiming next to. I can't reach it from here, can I? Hold up. Let me see if I can get better angle.
Okay, and then
It's
the
this rim.
rims.
And then on the left side. And I'm hoping this works. Yep.
Okay.
And one more of those somewhere. Let's see.
It's not that one. Not that one.
That's that one. Hold up, I'll move the thing. Yeah. Wasn't this one? Which one of the two is it? This one.
Okay.
It's not much, it's literally just a speck somewhere.
Got it.
Easy.
Easy.
Look at this go. Let's go. That only took us an hour 16 minutes.
Woo woo.
Oh, bonus jobs. Alright, we have the food truck next, which I'm sure has tiny parts,
Nah.
which shouldn't be that bad. And then the last one is the solar station, which looks huge. But this one doesn't look too bad. I mean, we gotta do the hamburger last, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. I'll start on the inside then.
Okay, that's probably the responsible decision.
And would you buy food out of this?
Depends.
Look
Did
like
I
this?
know it was this dirty before I bought food out of it?
You walk up to the truck, and like as you walk up to it, it looks this dirty.
I would have to have had a ringing endorsement from my best friend. Because she
Like,
knows
nah,
good
don't worry,
food.
man.
Yeah. If she was like, no, trust me. This is the best Salvadorian food you've ever had in your life.
Trust me, bro.
Because she knows her Salvadorian food.
Food is food. True to a certain extent. I still wouldn't eat it if it's like spoiled.
That just means it's cultured. Literally. Got all them bacterial cultures on it.
Yeah. Fungi have food too. Yeah, no one eats fungi. Try fungi.
I keep forgetting I can just hit C and make this so much easier.
On your eyes, yes. On your viewers, yes.
Just Alt
I did
3
that 'cause
cleaning.
I don't really often get motion sick, but this game did it. If I just did this all the time, I got motion sick.
That is true. Like with food trucks, the shittier the appearance, typically the better the food tastes.
Says who?
At least just in the US, that tends to be how it is. Like the skeezier the place, it's like, yeah, it looks terrible, but boy, do they know their way around a taco.
But if it's like Mexican food, if you don't shit for like hours afterwards, is it even good Mexican food?
I mean, that is a very fair point. They call it Montezuma's Revenge for a reason.
Yeah, your fucking water bill after you have to flush so many times. That's the revenge.
You know, I really like this trident attachment.
It's so good, right? Like, you got the power of the single beam, but you still kind of have, like, the width of, like, the yellow one.
Yeah.
Sometimes I still switch to the yellow one, but...
I'll do it if it's like that walkway is really helpful on that. But like, for this, it's just so nice to just like, and just swing my mouse back and forth and that'll get the whole thing.
What's the Power Wash meta? Yeah, probably just the Trident thing. They released that one later as well. It came after everyone else. give you some more attachments. Here you go, buddy. I remember because Jin at first didn't think it was that good.
Well, I mean, it's okay to be wrong.
Feel free not to.
So you got any big plans for the weekend?
No, not really. More collabs. More thingies. I wish I had something big. I wish I'd be like, man, I have this huge plan. Why? What are you doing?
Tomorrow I'm going out with my best friends to a, one of her friends' place. Play, board games.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's close.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could go to a strip club and like pay one of them to sit down and play Dungeons and Dragons with you.
If you got the money, I'm sure you can. Oh!
Sure they'll take it.
I saw a, it was like somebody had screen capped Twitter post from like Japan, but that is very relevant what that post was about. It was about a guy who kept paying a host girl to like come hang out with him and play Yu-Gi-Oh! And it was like after like the fourth time that he did it, she showed up with her own deck. And it was like goal achieved. Made someone else play Yu-Gi-Oh! With me.
Let's go. I mean, I don't know how much he's spending on her, but like, you know, she could probably like afford like a basic starter deck.
Yeah.
After you pay her that much, it's like the least you can do back if she's kind of enjoying it. And then, you know, I don't know, I feel like if you really need the money, it's easy to have someone pay you to play Yu-Gi-Oh! With them and to have to do it with someone that you're not attracted to at all.
Yeah.
And be like, well, do it for the money, do it for the money.
I could be bribed to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I could not be bribed to enjoy playing Yu-Gi-Oh! But I could be bribed into playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not gonna turn down easy money. But I'm also like, I like card games, but at the same time, the power creep is so bad in them.
Someone would actually have to pay me to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Then. Not my type of thing.
Any game where I can be locked into waiting for 30 minutes to see if someone is going to beat me in one...
Locking you against the wall.
Yeah. See if somebody can beat me in one turn, and it's like, Oh, they didn't do it, and now they've disconnected. Nah, I'm okay.
Sounds kinda exciting. I don't think the sign likes you.
I don't think it likes me either.
Just follow.
Well, yeah, because I was like, maybe it's underneath it,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Okay, let me check what still
Yeah,
needs
because
to
there's
be done.
gotta be more than just
We did
Berker.
the cap body at the front. We did it 97%. The bonnet is done 99%. And then the mount of the burger isn't fully done. Okay. Yeah, the service counter is also not done.
Oh,
What's this?
la gasp.
Yes. Okay. What part exactly isn't done here?
Like,
Oh, this, I see. It's probably like some little cranny somewhere. Service door. I saw it for a second. Oh yeah. It's that. I was aiming at the. Oh, it's here.
mm,
Alright. Burger buns, burger filling, burger sauce. Ingredient units. That's probably inside that hasn't been done. Rear wheel arches and the windows. One window. Two windows. Real wheel arches. I had a feeling. I even sprayed these, but they didn't show up once I was doing the. Is that it? The truck doors. Again, something that I sprayed, but I guess not enough. Whoops.
it's okay, I forgive you.
Alright. What's 99% clear? The ingredient units. That was the thing that you were trying to clean, right?
Yeah, I'm
And one of
still
the
kind of.
headlights. Okay. I'll get a headlight and I'll come help you.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what I am missing here.
I respect the hustle. Okay, wait, what is it? Ingredient tray. Oh, it's. Oh, this.
It's like the
It's the second
box
one.
holding it. Maybe it's.
What's that not clean? I literally popped all of those. Oh, it's the entire thing?
Yeah, I'm still not sure what isn't clean on it. Okay, there we go. I think it was like slightly on the outside, but now we just got
Yep, it's only the burger left.
let me hop. Luckily, you don't have to clean the underside of the car. They don't care about that.
Well, how much you can even drive before that's like all fucked again. I can already feel this being a pain. Alright, just top half of the burger. What's left? The burger bun. Yeah, oh, the bottom bun still. So yeah, that's really like the top side of it, right?
Yeah, it has to be.
I highly doubt that it's like the... I can imagine it's like underneath one of the fucking cheeses or something.
Yeah, it's like one of the little crevicey parts.
Hmm.
Oh, okay, we got it.
Nice! That one didn't take that long.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Professionals.
Professionals.
Professionals. It didn't remember me doing the gnome fountain, the steam locomotive, and the golf course. The golf course is not that bad. The locomotive is kind of AIDS, just like the fountain.
The
Those have
fountain
so
took
many
so
little...
long.
Yeah. Huh. So about that fountain, it ain't looking so bad right now. This, this looks awful.
Nah. Now this is fine.
You sure about that?
Yeah, this is easy peasy.
Now we'll see how far we get.
Yeah, I'll do the solar panels, you do the hard part.
The big solar panel got it.
The giant, shit thing in the middle.
Hey, buddy, you don't have to talk about yourself like that.
Whoa. I am knockoff Mr. Clean, thank you very much. Mr. Grubby. I don't know, I think that's Sponge.
Isn't that like a scrub buddy?
Yeah.
Scrub buddy thingy?
Yeah.
It's like a smile. It looks like one of those like potato
Yeah.
thingies. But then you bite into it, you're like, something is right.
This isn't apples.
It took me a second to think apples.
I still don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean.
Dude, sometimes he just says like the most random fucking shit, like that one thing with like the bird. I don't remember the code. There's like something weird about like a fucking bird getting something. I'm like, what the fuck? And then you Google these things, it gives like no result. He just has like these weird fucking sayings sometimes that he learns in like his fucking weekly old man mahjong nights or something. I don't know where he learns these.
The same
My
place
man
he learned to
watched
go,
the bits of it.
Shit,
Shit,
boy.
bruh. I'm finna get some sleep. Dude, it sounds like he tries to sound like that tea drinking uncle from the Avatar.
Oh yeah, Uncle Ero.
He just tries to sound like way too intellectual and smart, so he has some random fucking saying that no one gets. Kinda like that uncle did, and then Zuko was always like, the fuck does that even mean?
Zuko wasn't apples.
Yep.
A hot take, he wasn't apples.
He wasn't apples. You could probably bake a mean apple pie.
I don't want apple pie.
I don't like apple pie.
You know that some people put cheese on it?
I had someone in the canteen today that put Nutella on his bread.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Which I don't hate Nutella, but like he had a jar of Nutella and that's it. Like no butter, no nothing. He just took a scoop of Nutella, put it on a plain slice of bread, then put another plain slice of bread on top of it, and started eating it. I'm like, no butter, no nothing,
No, nothing.
no nothing. It's like, yeah, I've ate more of these jars at home, and I'm like, okay.
Don't tell him about cookie butter.
I don't eat Nutella that much. If I eat Nutella, I get pimples.
Yeah, I'm not like anti-Nutella, but I'm also not like, Nutella, gotta have it.
I really like the taste. It's just that if I eat it, I have to accept that the days afterwards I have to deal with like 1 or 2 pimples, which I don't wanna. I'm blessed with good skin. I'd like to keep it that way.
Oh, I was like, what did I miss? I missed a complete side.
Yeah,
There are
that'll
4
bother
sides
me.
to this thing. I missed one of them. That would explain why, there's still a good chunk left to do on it.
That happens. Certain off the south. At least it's not like grease or something like annoying to clean.
Yeah.
Like oil is AIDS to clean in this game. Like
Oil,
you need
and then, like, the
trident
hard
or you need
rust.
like the laser beam thing. The trident makes it not that bad, but otherwise you'd have to use like the single beam thing.
What kills me
Right.
is the scrubbing, not scrubbing, but like the one that, like, you can put all-purpose cleaner in it and stuff like that. It does nothing. It does nothing.
Yeah, it's not throughoutly enough. Like you can spray it and it does clean it, but like it leaves like little specks everywhere. So then you still have to take like the yellow one or the trident and still go over it once more.
Yeah. I'm just like, what is the
Like
purpose of this?
if
And
you
it
wanna
runs out
quickly
so
trickle,
fast.
if you like wanna quickly trickle something down, you could, but like you're not gonna like pop anything.
Yeah. And it runs out so fast.
And it's just way too many as well. Like, oh, this material, this field, that field. Like, man.
Yeah. Especially on something when you're like, I'm not even sure what the material is.
Yeah, and usually the game tells you, but sometimes it's not fully accurate. Or it just tells you nothing and then you still don't know. And this level is big, dude. What the fuck?
It is quite the big level.
You see the new, like, custom creator maps that they made in Fortnite?
I saw the fucking god awful music ones.
Yeah, there's so many challenges, right?
So many. You have to queue up for each one independently instead of
Yep.
like the Kid
That's what I
Leroy
was doing
one.
when I messaged you earlier.
Yeah. Like at least the Kid Leroy one, you had like the home world you could go to kind of thing. Let alone they fed into each other.
I did all of them besides the one that required you to play with others because you had to kill other people.
Yeah, I did that with someone else.
But it was a pain.
But yeah, yeah, especially because some of that music is god awful, and then it overrides your sound settings for Fortnite. So even if you have it like this is supposed to be quiet, it's like, oh no, we're gonna play this incredibly loud.
I mute my game, put on a YouTube video, do it, and then once it's done, I unmute my game.
Some of those songs are horrendous, and I'm like,
Yeah.
y'all paid licensing for this? Like, dear God, I hope you didn't pay much, because this song is horrible.
I feel like it's kind of a two-way deal. I feel like artists also pay the game to have their song featured.
With the internet trolls one, I really hope the artists pay to have in Fortnite, because that song is terrible.
I don't know. Like, I don't know which one you mean because I didn't play it with like volume. But like the same with like some of the maps just didn't even look good. Like with all the burning or like
yeah, some of the maps were like
one with all the emojis. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Some of those maps I'm like, was this made like years ago and you repurposed it?
Buy one get one free, but the one you get free is made by a toddler.
Yeah, and then like one of them apparently was bugged for a bit, because I have a bunch of friends that now are into Fortnite, and they're all like, I can't get the one for this. And then by the time I finally got around to it, was like the day they fixed it, and I was like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I got my first try. And they're like, what the fuck? And they all queued up, and yeah, it was just bugged for like a day.
Oh, what the hell? Oh my god.
What?
I low-key forgot how big this fucking big solar panel thing was. I was like, am I almost at the end? No, I have like 6 more panels left to go.
Yeah, it's easy.
It looks better than that building. If I look at that building, I get depressed.
Yeah. I'm
I probably don't.
I'm trying to pretend it's not here.
I probably just kind of want to do the solar panels, maybe a few of the pipes, and then just call it a day and redo the building whenever. Because that building looks like it's going to take like a big hour, hour and a half.
Yeah, I imagine it's going to take a good while.
I'm like, man, that's like a stream on its own, and if we finish it too early, we can always swap to like something else. But
Yeah, like Fortnite, you can, enjoy the lightsabers.
No. I wait until they're gone. Garbage. And then there was silence.
So, what's a movie that scared you as a kid?
What the fuck scared me as a kid? I don't know. I've never really been a movie person. Like, I recently went to watch the Mario movie and the John Wick movie. That's like the first time I went to a movie in like 5-6 years. I'm really not a movie person.
Fair enough.
I know that the fucking bear from Teletubbies, that thing used to scare me.
The, like, vacuum cleaner thing? Or...
No, that was a dog. That was not the bear. Teletubbies had a bear.
Okay. Yeah, I have mentally blacked out like all of Teletubbies and like Barney and stuff like that, cause
Barney is a dinosaur.
my I told you how my mom worked nights. The lady that would watch us when we were growing up also ran a daycare out of her house, and so I would wake up in the morning to Teletubbies and Barney every single day till I think I was about like 12. And so I just like mentally just like all those memories are blacked out. I don't remember much about Barney. I remember there being a deck. Uh and that there was a green one. And yeah, that I remember there being the baby and the vacuum cleaner, and that's about it from Teletubbies. It was dark times for me as a kid.
Let's see. So that's before electricity was invented.
Yeah. It was we had to walk uphill both ways in the sleet and snow. And wrestle, dinosaurs for every meal. Before color was invented.
Dude, I love that video where, like, the videos where, like, names, like, rip-off movies or, like, products.
I don't think I'm familiar with that one.
It's the exact same guy that, like, does the fucking walk up mountain both ways.
Yeah, there's an old Calvin Hobbes comic that I love. That was like Calvin asking his dad why all the photos were in black and white.
I'll pull it up like after we're done with the solar panels so you can see it.
He had trudge through the swamp to get to school. Did you have to fight any gators, Annie? Yeah, like Calvin's asking his dad, like, "Well, how come all the photos are in black and white?" It's like, well, color hadn't been invented yet. Uh, everything when I was a kid was in black and white.
Colorblind people are just old people that aren't with the time.
Mm-hmm. Like my roommate.
You know what's funny? I laugh every time someone is crying. Like, what was it lately? Someone tagged some, I don't remember if it was a game or like a program that I follow. And they were like, this shit is not working with my Windows 11. And I was so tempted to like reply, that's not the game's fault. That's your fucking fault for upgrading to Windows 11 before it's ready and compatible with everything.
Yeah, I mean, you would
Like,
think
what do you want, man?
after
That's like a death sentence.
every single Windows doesn't work when it comes out. Every time
Dude,
that they're
I
like
remember
free
people
upgrade,
crying
I'm
about
like, no.
Windows 10, and I was like, nah, I'm waiting. I waited for months until almost everybody went to Windows 10. And I was like, alright, almost every app is now compatible. I haven't heard people complain about it anymore. Now I can upgrade. But people are like, ooh, shiny button, Windows 11, let's go. And then they're like, oh, this Steam game doesn't work anymore. Oh, half my library doesn't work anymore. Oh, all these applications don't work anymore. It's like, yeah, because, like, it has been out for a few days, and everything is buggy, everything runs crap, and that's why you should never update as soon as it comes out.
Yeah,
That's just a really dumb idea.
I didn't upgrade to Windows 10 until I had got a computer, and it was basically like, no, like you have to have Windows 10. We don't make this in Windows 7 anymore. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll upgrade to Windows 10.
If I must.
Yeah, I think I skipped Vista completely. But no, I had a laptop that had Vista on it, and I I was ecstatic when that thing bricked because it meant I didn't have to use Vista anymore.
And like, fucking yes. Ugh, I'm already crying. I hate this thing. Is this a fight? Yeah, okay. beans. Oh, how did I miss that coming? How did I miss the beans coming? How
You
dare
missed
I?
the beans.
I missed the beans.
Did you at least have your hood up?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
No worries.
Took a real beating there.
Yep. I'm getting more brain damage every time. What can you do besides accept it?
Cry about it.
Nope, I lost those cells. I'm incapable of crying.
That sounds like excitement.
That sounds like someone who's like very much dumb.
What are you talking about? This is like the easiest level.
Uh-huh.
I can hear the defeat in your voice. Oh, well, that was a slight fall.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
That's okay. Only thing I hurt was my pride.
The house is not even done yet. I'm not even close.
Skill issue.
Yeah, that's what I'm starting to think. This level's a pain.
Yeah. A little bit, yeah.
No, a bit much. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking, guys?
You know, okay, there we go. I was like, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I missed on this part, and then it just popped. I was just very confused. I was like, I could have sworn I got every inch of this ring. What did I miss?
What did I miss?
What about you? What are you thinking about?
Doing anything else? Putting this pressure washer against my own head and just blasting a hole through it with highly pressured water.
You'd have the cleanest ears in the county.
Nah, dude, straight up the nostril.
Cleanest and sinuses in the county. Like, it's an extreme neti pot.
Yeah, exactly. Basically.
Yeah. So you're gonna beat Ooglets on stream?
Oh yeah, I don't play it in my own time, so.
Gonna become the master
Eventually.
Oob.
Master Ubre. Let me. This should be my next title. Becoming Master Ubre.
That's a good title.
Alright.
Alright.
We're getting there, slowly but surely.
Okay, so this is, you know, probably a movie that's before your time. Well, I say probably. It's definitely a movie before your time. But
Uh,
have you ever seen The Brave Little Toaster?
nope, it sounds intriguing.
It's a movie about a kid who like repairs stuff and then he moves away to college with his girlfriend and all of his appliances are kind of like it's Toy Story where like, oh, we gotta go get him. He forgot us. Uh, and everyone they run into along the way is like, dude, he didn't forget you. He abandoned you. Um, but there's a scene in it that used to scare me as a kid. And it is such a weird scene to have scared me. But I found out I was not the only one who got scared by it as a kid. There's a scene where the toaster and his friends are leaving the house, and the AC unit is like, nah, man, he fucking left you guys. And they're like, he would never leave us. And he's like, nah, he left you. And they turn to him and they're like, well, you're just jealous because you can't come with us. And the AC unit's one of those window AC units. And he's like, no, I can't because I'm built into the wall. And like, he's screaming and like, he starts spitting out fire and stuff
What
as the
the
heat
hell?
cranks up. And then he explodes. And that scared the shit out of me as a kid. The idea that someone could die just from being mad. And it was such a weird fear that I was like, I can't get too mad or I'll die. I'll explode in fire and die.
That'd be a pretty cool way to go.
No, it would be going out with Boom.
Exactly.
And then Who Framed Roger Rabbit scared me as a kid. Uh, yeah, that one scared me as a kid. And then, the It movie scared me as a kid. But that one's more understandable. That is a horror movie.
Yeah, obviously.
It's funny, like the same year that It scared me, I watched my brother
Okay.
play Resident Evil. Perfectly fine. Nothing scared me about Resident Evil.
Yeah, I'm just really okay with those games as well.
I was like, eh,
Alright.
it's a video game, it's fine.
I have had it.
Understandable.
I cleaned that stupid soda panel. I said you cleaned yours. Okay, you cleaned half of yours.
Yeah, but
You
then
cleaned yours
look at
all.
how much I did on the
I
building.
hadn't even seen that.
I did do a good chunk of the building. Because I was like, well,
Okay.
this is the part that we're gonna hate, so.
Yep. Better to get half of it done.
Yeah.
Alright. Are you gonna stream something else?
No, I'll probably end it here. I'm
Okay, I was gonna
really
say, I
tired
have
today.
energy. I am like falling asleep, so
You
I
have
was like
more of a
really
reason to be falling asleep.
I was like really pushing myself because I was like, well, fuck, I did say I would finish this soda panel. I don't want to instantly bitch out on my words. So you
I
know what?
wouldn't have
Fuck
judged.
it. No TwitchCon, I couldn't care less. Stop. I do not want just stupid tickets. Raid channel. This one. Alright. I die now. Thank you for collab. We didn't cancel this
Thank
week, or
you.
I didn't have my power die on me.
Oh,
My
yeah.
internet.
Yeah. I think
Alright,
I
great.
will choose That's one already.
Have a good night.
You streaming tomorrow?
Yeah, of course. Me
Alright, well
always.
then, everyone that's watching me, also check out Ember tomorrow.
No, check out Sunday whenever he goes live, and if he's not live, be offline talking in his chat.
Yes, yes. That is a good thing to do. Think I did that right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna go raid Creola. And
He's a good
I will
boy.
see y'all on Sunday. Woo! But thanks again for the collab. I'll see ya.